Hey, it's Sammy Ray. Welcome back to Brave Bird Astrology. Today we're going to talk about Venus. Okay, it's the planet of love, money, wealth, that's money, and also aesthetics, beauty, and creativity. Before we jump into Venus, we're about to talk about love. So I just wanted to say, you can look at your chart and another person's chart all day long and it may look perfect. Okay, everything may line up. You may be their spouse. Okay, but if they're not ready, if it's not divine timing, it ain't gonna work, boo. And that's okay, because everybody is on their own journey and relationships are lessons for us. Okay, I truly believe that. I truly believe that we get lucky if someone stays, because for the most part, people come in to teach us lessons and leave. I truly believe that. Is it painful? Is it scary? Yes. But it takes a power in itself to allow yourself to love and to love and love in return. Okay, to love and be loved in return. So I just wanted to say that before we got into the whole synastry and also definitions of Venus. Okay. Anyways, enough preaching. First house. We're going to talk about Venus through the houses. Okay, so we're going to start with the first house. So, first house is an Aries house. Now, when your Venus is in the first house, and natally, like in your natal chart, birth chart, you may be very beautiful. We have to remember that's the house of the ascendant, right? So this is how your friends and family see you. It's also your physical features. So when we put Venus here, you may have great bone structure and just maybe overall gorgeous, okay? Now, when it comes to making money, I would see this as an entrepreneurial house, okay? Because Aries is very much, it's the child, right? The first sign, it's that baby of the chart, right? So that to me speaks to entrepreneurship, impulsiveness, starting something new, being an upstart in something. So you may do that, and you may do that in a creative way, or just in an entrepreneurial way. Now, let's say your partner's Venus falls into your first house. You make them look good, and they boost you up, baby. They gonna be the one taking the selfies of you, okay? And they may just be like, babe, you're so beautiful. They will see you as so beautiful, okay? But you have to be careful you don't turn into a trophy wife with this. That's also 10th house, but we'll get to that. Second house. This is the house of money, okay? Also possessions and wealth, money, whatever. So let's say you have Venus that's there, right? Traditionally, Venus rules the second and the seventh house. So that's Taurus and Libra houses, okay? Because it rules Taurus and Libra. Now, the version of Venus that is ruled by Taurus is pleasures and money, okay? So whenever you have a planet that is sitting in its house that it traditionally rules, you're gonna grow it, baby. Okay, so we got Venus in the house of money. Yeah, you can make money. Your money is beautiful. Okay, now let's say you may do that in a creative way. Okay, so in a Venusian way, hands-on, earthy type way. You may be a massage therapist. You may actually do hair. And be a makeup artist. Those are some ways that Venus in the second house could manifest. Now, when it comes to someone else's Venus being in your house, that might be a sugar daddy. Okay? And you might be a sugar baby, okay? They may feel the need to take care of you, but so you want to be careful with that. You don't want to take advantage of someone. I don't believe in that. Like, sugar daddy, sugar baby stuff, because I feel like it's taking advantage of someone's loneliness. But that's just my opinion. But you want to be careful not to take advantage of that person's love, because it can easily turn into, oh, well, what can you do for me? Okay? So that's Venus in the second house. Venus in the third house. Now, let's say you have this natally. You may be beautiful with words. Okay? You may be the type of person who writes poems. You may write beautiful love letters to people, and you could express yourself in a beautiful way. Okay, now as far as making money, you can make money by again, communication, journalism, those kind of things. And let's say a partner's Venus falls into your third house. You would love speaking with that person. You would have all kinds of intellectual conversation with them, witty banter. You would just feel so comfortable with each other. It would feel like a camaraderie, okay? And also, what was I going to say? Yeah, so it would just feel natural. Oh, that's what I was going to say. If there was no intellectual like, let's say that Venus was there, but it was badly aspected, like it was squaring a boring planet. You may lack a little bit of intellectual, ness going on there. So it would kind of turn you off in a way. You almost need that intellectual stimulation for anything to even go anywhere before you even get in bed with this person. Okay. So that's Venus in third house. Venus in fourth house. Let's say you have it natally. You may really, really love your family. It's also the house of home. You may do beautiful things with your home. For example, for careers for fourth house, you may be interior decorator. And let's say, okay, someone's Venus falls into your fourth house. They would feel like home to you, okay? This would be the person you would want to see at the end of the day, okay? They would feel like someone nurturing to you. You want to nurture them, and they want to nurture you in return. But there's also a sense of vulnerability here, because again, the water houses, remember, are karmatic houses. So this is a Cancerian house. If there are negative aspects going on, you may feel like your love is way too exposed, and that can be a little scary and vulnerable. So that's Venus in the fourth house. Venus in the fifth house. Let's say you have this natally. You something else, okay? You have this natally. You can create beautiful things, okay? You express yourself through romantic things, creativity. You may have very beautiful children, because this is a house of children. But also, you may love your children very much. I know we all love each other. I hope we do. I mean, our children. I hope we love our children. I love my child. But I think you would really love your children and see them as the most beautiful thing in the world. Also, let's say a partner's Venus falls here. You're going to think that they're the most beautiful thing in the world, okay? It's like you both are just in awe of each other, and it creates a very loyal aspect, like, this person is everything. You see them as the sun, okay? Because Leo rules the sun. That's a Leo house. You see them as just a star in your world, okay? That's Venus in fifth house. Venus in the sixth house. It's not very romantic. I'll say that, okay? A lot of the time, let's say, okay, let's start with natally. If you have this natally, you are very much caring about your daily routines and stuff. Well, that's any sixth house thing, placement. But let's say career wise, you might make money. You might be more diligent with doing something beautiful every day. Okay, I can't think of any careers, you know, creativity, beauty wise, that you would do every day, but off the top of my head. But that's one way it may manifest. Now, let's say a partner's Venus falls into your sixth house. So first of all, your love language would be acts of service. That person would do things for you, you know, and that would, you know, light your fire. Okay, they put gas in your car. They, you know, I don't know, they go do your laundry. Okay, acts of service is your love language. So that's how that person would manifest. You would both be doing things for each other, but it's not very romantic, I'm sorry to say. So that's Venus in sixth house. Venus in the seventh house. There's a couple things. It's awkward because you would think with Venus being in the seventh house.
Utility out.
Sorry, my son threw a fake grenade at me. Okay. Venus in the seventh house. Venus in the seventh house, it's kind of awkward because you would think this would be very nice, prominent placement because, okay, Venus rules the seventh house as well as the second house. And it can create a strong bond, but one negative side is you may fall for each other too quickly, okay? You may rush to be intimate with each other. And let's say one person's more ready than the other person. It can create unrequited love. So there's something to watch out for with Venus in the seventh. But generally, you know, it's a Libra house. So Venus is boosting up wherever it is and wherever it traditionally rules. So you may have a beautiful, long-lasting connection, but you both have to be on the same page. So Venus in seventh. Venus in the eighth. Let me just say, this is spicy placement, okay? But if you have your Venus in the eighth, it can be a little difficult because you can be a little slow to trust in love. However, when you do, baby, it's spicy, okay? You want to merge with a person. When you are intimate with a person, and this will have to do with Mars too, and we'll talk about that when we get to Mars. When you're intimate with a person, it's a spiritual chemical reaction. I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. You and that person are connecting on the deepest of soul levels. You want to touch their soul, okay? So it's very deep, very intimate, and very long lasting if both people are on one accord and they trust each other. It's you transform people with your love, okay? Whenever someone leaves a relationship with you, they don't come back. You know, they don't leave the same as they came in, okay? So that's Venus in the 8th house. Also, as far as Venus being here for career, again, other people's money. You may be making money off of other people because the 8th house represents other people's money as well as death, reverse, transformation. 9th house. So your Venus here, you might be hot for teacher. And I get this because I have, this is Sagittarian house. I have Venus in Sagittarian, even though it sits in the 4th house. I have Venus in Sag. So I like to learn things from a partner. And the same thing with 9th house Venus. You may want to experience someone over and over and over again. Like, you want to be learning new things about them. You may be attracted to people from different cultures, religions, people who speak different languages. You want to learn from them. You want to know what they know. And it may not always be an intellectual thing or cultural thing that you want to learn. It could be life experience thing. You know, you want to, again, ninth house is opposite from the Gemini house, which is the third house, right? And remember, they like intellectual conversations. Same goes with the Sag house, but it can be almost learning it through a spiritual way, like morals, life lesson type deals, okay? So that's Venus in the ninth house. Venus in the 10th house, very interesting, because this is, to me, this is a power couple placement, okay? This is that Jay and Beyonce, okay? I don't know what they have. I'm about to look at their charts. But I would not be surprised if one of their Venuses fell in the 10th house, okay? This is the career house, but also your public image house, meaning like your relationship could be very public and people see you as like, oh, they doing the damn thing, okay? The negative side of this, whenever you have love planets that fall in the 10th house, like your partner's love planets that fall in the 10th house, if you break up, everybody knows about it. That sucks. So there's that. But other than that, this is a power couple placement, and it's very interesting. You may, again, work together and be partners in crime and partners in business. Venus in the 11th house. To me, I see this as the free love house, okay? Because it's Aquarian. It's like that song from Groove Theory, okay? It's important to me that you know you are free, because I never want to make you change for me, okay? This is the kind of house where you see each other and you accept each other exactly as you are. It may feel like a friendship most of the time, and you may be open to the idea of open relationship. I don't know. That's not for everybody. I know I'm greedy. I don't want to ever say never, but no. You mind. Okay. But 11th house, it's, again, there's that friendship aspect, and you want to think about this person's hopes and dreams, and you think about the future with this person, and you may be even involved in the community together in some kind of way, because 11th house is community. This might be the partner that you go on missionary work with, or someone you tie yourself to, and I don't know, an oil rig with. It's very hippie-like, okay? But yeah, that's all I can say about Venus in the 11th house. Venus in the 12th house. This one is a little bittersweet, okay? Because when your Venus is in the 12th house, first of all, Venus is exalted in Pisces. So, the 12th house is a Piscean house. So it should do it some justice, right? I don't know. Yes and no. Okay, so as far as creativity goes, when you have Venus in the 12th house, right, you might be very good with fantasy. I kind of see this as, so we're thinking beauty, right? And then we have the 12th house. I kind of see this as like cosplaying. You might be really good at cosplaying and make money off of it. Also, like anything fantasy, like, okay? But when it comes to love, let's say your Venus is in the 12th house, then you might love people who are unavailable for you. And you may idealize them and just see them in a way that doesn't even exist, okay? They may just, you put them on a pedestal, they may just seem like the most amazing person in the world. And you know what they say about pedestals? You get pushed off, kicked off, or that person jumps off. So what you really have to do some shadow work and think about what you need in a person. And also, I would recommend, if your Venus is in the 12th house, I would not recommend you getting married before 30. Not before your Saturn return, okay? Because your Saturn return, you're going to learn a lot about yourself. I'm coming out of mine now. Most of the people my age are coming out of their Saturn return. And we'll talk about that when we get to Saturn. But with Venus here, you really, again, like I said before, when you have love planets here, you have to make sure you're not taking on other people's demons, especially if you love them. You might let them get away with murder, okay? They may be cheating on you right in front of your face, and you would be like, oh, that's not what I saw. Okay, no, remember, this is House of Illusions. So you want to be very careful. And also, when you finally do find a partner, you have to be actively accepting them for who they are. Because if they somehow don't live up to your expectations, you're just going to keep running from partner to partner, and you're never going to find what you want. So I hope that was helpful. That was Venus through the houses. Oh, I rambled a lot. But yeah, if you have any questions, leave them down below. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.